Welcome to another lesson. Today we'll take a look at the preterite and the imperfect tenses, but we will talk about moods or states of being. This is the third lesson in relation to the preterite and the imperfect, and this lesson can be found in your book Exploraciones on the pages numbers 10 and 11. The objective of this video is to describe our moods with the preterite and the imperfect tenses. So let's get started. There are some verbs that are related to our moods or our states of being. So in general, because these states are states, so they are temporary. That means that they are not permanent and they can change at any point in time. So because of that, we would have to use the verb estar, which denotes a more temporal thing, or it adds a temporal definition to the verb that you want to describe. So we'd use the verb estar with adjectives to describe how we feel. We have the verb estar with a list of adjectives and their meanings. Let's run through them. Estar más alegre or contento or contenta, Virgo, and then feliz means to be happy. Estar asustado, estar asustada, to be scared. Estar enfadado o enojado. Estar enfadada o enojada means to be annoyed. Estar nervioso. Estar nerviosa, to be nervous. Estar preocupado. Estar preocupada, to be worried. Estar sorprendido. Estar sorprendida, that's to be surprised. Estar tranquilo. Estar tranquila means to be calm. And then estar triste means to be sad. Take note that triste doesn't change when it gets to the feminine form. It remains triste. Okay. Now, there are some verbs that are related, other verbs that are related to our moods apart from estar. Another one is the verb sentirse. So just as the verb estar, we would have to also use sentirse with some adjectives to describe how we feel. So sentirse with bien means to feel well. That means you are healthy. So me siento bien. I feel well, I feel okay, I feel healthy. Sentirse cansado o sentirse cansada, to feel tired. Sentirse fenomenal, to feel great. Sentirse mal, to feel sick. Sentirse tranquilo, sentirse tranquila, to feel calm. And then sentirse triste again, to feel sad. Now, the preterite and the imperfect with our moods or our states of being. We use the preterite to describe how we feel when there is a sudden change in these moods or in these states of being. But in the same way, we can also use the preterite to describe how we feel at a given moment. So it's either we were feeling a certain way and then there was a sudden change that made us change the way we were feeling, or that caused a shift in how we were feeling, then we would use the preterite. But also, when we want to describe how we feel in a certain given moment, then we would also use the preterite tense. Now, we'd use the imperfect only when we want to describe how we feel in the sense that it's more of a condition or it's an action that's in progress. So something happened and you kept feeling like that for a long period of time, then you'd use the imperfect tense to describe such moods. Examples. Juan estuvo enojado cuando su hermano le mintió. Juan was annoyed when his brother lied to him. So Juan was probably happy till he heard that lie, that teeny little lie, and then he became angry. So a sudden change from happy to sad, and then in the second sentence we have la maestra se sintió avergonzada porque sus alumnos hablaban mientras el rector hablaba. So the teacher was very ashamed. She felt ashamed because her students spoke while the rector also spoke. Now, this in this sentence, the verb sentirse is conjugated in the preterite because, like I mentioned in the first sentence, this was a sudden change, and it's also used to describe how the maestra was feeling at that particular moment. So, would have to use the verb sentirse in the preterite tense. Now, when we come to the imperfect, we have Paula se sentía mal por la mañana, por eso no fue a la escuela hoy. So, Paula most likely woke up feeling really terrible because of something we probably don't know. And because of that, she didn't go to school today. That's why the verb sentirse is conjugated in the imperfect tense, because it's more of a condition, or how Paula was feeling in the morning when she woke up. So we don't know the specific time that she woke up, but we know that when she woke up, she was feeling bad. The second sentence, el presidente estaba feliz porque ganó las elecciones. So the president was happy because he won the elections. So most likely from the time the announcements was given, the president heard, okay, I've won the elections, so he was happy. That's describing how his mood was for that period of time, for that action that was in progress while he was jubilating and while he was being congratulated for winning the elections. This marks the end of today's lesson. Muchas gracias y hasta la próxima.